Fighter jets have evolved from fabric-covered biplanes held together with wire to supersonic killing machines that cost more than warships. In just over 100 years, we went from pilots using simple handheld equipment at each other to aircraft that can engage enemies 100 miles away without being seen. This is the complete evolution of fighter aircraft, from the first dogfights to the stealth jets patrolling our skies today. We start with the first generation, the wood and fabric fighters of World War I. Fokker-Eindecker became the first true fighter aircraft with a synchronized machine gun. Invented in 1915, it could fire through the propeller without shooting the blades off, giving German pilots a massive advantage. For months, Allied pilots called this period the Fokker Scourge as Eindeckers dominated the skies. Sopwith Camel was Britain's answer to German air superiority. Highly maneuverable but tricky to fly, the Camel shot down more enemy aircraft than any other Allied fighter in WWI. Pilots either loved its agility or died learning to control its violent handling characteristics. SPAD 13 gave French and American pilots a fast, sturdy platform for combat. Built stronger than most WWI fighters, it could dive faster than German planes and pull out safely. American ace Eddie Rickenbacker flew a SPAD to victory in 26 aerial combats. Fokker Dr. I triplane became famous as the Red Baron's final aircraft. With 3 wings providing incredible maneuverability, it could outturn almost anything in the sky. The iconic red triplane shot down by the Baron remains the most recognizable fighter of the Great War. Nieuport 17 was a lightweight French fighter known for its climbing ability. Able to reach higher altitudes than most opponents, it gave pilots the advantage of diving on enemies from above. Aces from multiple nations scored victories in this nimble sesquiplane design. Albatros DV became Germany's main production fighter in 1917. Sleek and fast with a powerful engine, it dominated Allied fighters until better designs appeared. Structural problems with the lower wing caused some to break apart in flight under stress. Now we jump to the second generation, the all-metal monoplanes of World War II. Supermarine Spitfire saved Britain during the Battle of Britain in 1940. Beautiful, fast, and deadly, Spitfires matched German fighters and proved superior at high altitude. The elliptical wing design became iconic, and the plane served throughout the entire war. Messerschmitt Bf 109 was Germany's premier fighter from 1937 until 1945. Over 33,000 were built, more than any other fighter in history, and it fought on every front. German aces racked up incredible kill counts flying this angular, aggressive fighter. The P-51 Mustang changed the air war by escorting bombers all the way to Berlin. With external fuel tanks and a British Merlin engine, it had the range and performance to dominate German fighters. Mustangs destroyed the Luftwaffe and secured Allied air superiority over Europe. Mitsubishi A6M0 shocked the Allies with its incredible range and maneuverability. Early in the Pacific War, Zeros dominated everything they fought and seemed invincible. Light construction that made it agile also meant it burned easily when hit. The Focke-Wulf 190 gave German pilots a brutally effective air superiority fighter. Faster and more powerful than early Spitfires, it dominated Western Europe when introduced in 1941. The radial engine design was rugged and could absorb tremendous battle damage. P-38 Lightning brought twin-engine performance to a fighter design. The distinctive twin-boom layout made it instantly recognizable, and its heavy firepower destroyed both aircraft and ground targets. Lightning pilots in the Pacific shot down Japanese Admiral Yamamoto's transport in a famous mission. Hawker Hurricane actually shot down more German aircraft during the Battle of Britain than Spitfires. Rugged and stable, it made an excellent gun platform and could take heavy damage and keep flying. Hurricanes also served as tank busters in North Africa and Burma. Yakovlev Yak 3 was the Soviet Union's most successful dogfighter. Light and agile with excellent low-altitude performance, it beat German fighters in turning combat. Free French pilots specifically requested Yak 3 seconds and scored heavily with them. P-47 Thunderbolt was a massive fighter bomber that could take incredible punishment. With 850 caliber machine guns and the ability to carry bombs or rockets, Thunderbolts destroyed everything from fighters to trains. Pilots called it the Jug because it looked like a milk jug with wings. Messerschmitt Me 262 became the world's first operational jet fighter in 1944. With a 100 miles per hour speed advantage over Allied fighters, it should have dominated, but arrived too late to change the war. Hitler's insistence on using it as a bomber wasted its potential as an interceptor. The third generation brought jets into the fight at the end of World War II in Korea. The Gloster Meteor was Britain's first operational jet fighter. Entering service in 1944, Meteors shot down German V-1 flying bombs and later fought in Korea. The twin-engine design was reliable, but not as advanced as swept-wing designs that followed. The F-80 Shooting Star was America's first successful jet fighter. Arriving too late for World War II, it became the main U.S. jet in the early Cold War and fought throughout Korea. An F-80 scored the first jet-versus-jet kill when it shot down a MiG-15. MiG-15 shocked the West when it appeared over Korea in 1950. Faster and better climbing than anything the UN had, it threatened to dominate the skies. Only the rushed deployment of F-86 Sabres prevented MiG-15 seconds from achieving air superiority. F-86 Sabre battled MiG-15 seconds over Korea in the first major jet dogfights. Though slightly inferior in performance, better training and tactics gave Sabre pilots a 1-0 to 1 kill ratio. The swept-wing design influenced fighter development for decades. The de Havilland Vampire served as Britain's second jet fighter design. Simple and reliable, Vampires served with air forces around the world into the 1,970 seconds. The twin-boom design looked unusual, but proved effective for the technology of the era. The F-9 F Panther became the U.S. Navy's primary carrier jet during Korea. Straight-winged and subsonic, it proved jets could operate from carriers safely. Panthers flew thousands of ground attack missions and tangled successfully with MiG-15 seconds despite being slower. The fourth generation brought supersonic speed and missiles in the 1,950 seconds. The F-100 Super Sabre became the first fighter capable of supersonic speed and level flight. Introduced in 1954, it could exceed the speed of sound without diving and served throughout Vietnam. Early models had stability problems that killed several test pilots. MiG-19 gave the Soviet Union its first supersonic fighter. Fast and heavily armed with 3 cannons, it served worldwide with Soviet allies. Though quickly replaced in Soviet service, MiG-19 seconds fought in Vietnam and the Middle East wars. The F-104 Starfighter was designed to be the ultimate high-speed interceptor. With tiny wings and massive engine power, it could reach Mach 2 but couldn't turn without bleeding speed. Germany lost hundreds of starfighters to accidents, earning it the nickname Widowmaker. The F-4 Phantom II became the most important Western fighter of the 1,960 seconds and 70 seconds. Powerful, fast, and capable of carrying enormous weapons loads, Phantoms served with the Air Force, Navy, and Marines. Over 5,000 were built, and many countries still fly updated versions today. MiG-21 became the most produced supersonic fighter, with over 11,000 built. Small, fast, and simple, it equipped Soviet allies worldwide and fought in every major conflict from Vietnam to Desert Storm. The Delta Wing design made it a capable dogfighter at close range. English Electric Lightning was Britain's first Mach 2 fighter. With engines stacked vertically and an incredible climb rate, it could reach 40,000 feet in under 3 minutes. The fuel-hungry design had a very short range but exceptional performance. The F-105 Thunderchief became a primary long-range aircraft during the Vietnam-era period. Originally designed for specialized delivery roles at low altitude, it was later adapted for broader operational use and faced demanding flight environments. Despite challenges, Mirage 3 gave France an independent supersonic fighter capability. The Delta Wing design performed well in Middle Eastern conflicts where Israeli Mirage dominated Arab MiGs. Simple and reliable, Mirages served with air forces on every continent. F-8 Crusader was the Navy's last gunfighter with exceptional dogfighting ability. With a unique variable incidence wing that tilted for carrier landings, it achieved the best kill ratio of any American fighter in Vietnam. Navy pilots called it the last of the gunfighters. Su-7 provided the Soviet Union with a rugged strike fighter. Though limited in range and unable to turn well, it could carry heavy bomb loads and survive damage. Third World Air Forces flew Su 7 seconds for decades due to their simplicity. The fifth generation brought advanced technology and multi-role capability in the 1,970 seconds. The F-14 Tomcat became the Navy's premier fleet defender with long-range missiles. The variable sweep wings allowed both carrier landings and supersonic dashes, while the Phoenix missile system could engage 6 targets simultaneously. Top Gun made the Tomcat a cultural icon. The F-15 Eagle was built to dominate air combat and has never been shot down by an enemy aircraft. With a thrust-to-weight ratio exceeding 1, it could accelerate while climbing vertically. Over 100 aerial victories with 0 losses prove its superiority. F-16 Fighting Falcon revolutionized fighter design with fly-by-wire controls and relaxed stability. Originally designed as a lightweight dogfighter, it evolved into a multi-role aircraft sold to dozens of countries. Over 4,600 have been built, making it the most successful Western fighter. MiG-29 Fulcrum gave the Soviet Union a nimble dogfighter to counter F-16 seconds. With excellent maneuverability and helmet-mounted sights, it could win turning fights but lacked sophisticated avionics. After the Cold War, Western pilots were impressed by its close-range capability. F/A-18 Hornet replaced multiple Navy aircraft types with a single versatile design. Capable of both air combat and ground attack on the same mission, Hornets became the backbone of carrier air wings. Reliability and ease of maintenance made it popular with pilots and crews. Su-27 Flanker became Russia's long-range air superiority fighter. Massive and powerful with incredible range, it could perform maneuvers impossible for Western fighters. The Flanker family remains in production and continues to evolve with new variants. Mirage 2000 modernized France's Delta Wing fighter concept with fly-by-wire controls. More agile than earlier Mirage while maintaining simplicity and reliability, it served France and export customers well. Nuclear strike and air defense variants showed their versatility. Tornado ADV gave Britain a long-range interceptor to defend against Soviet bombers. With powerful radar and long-range missiles, it could patrol far into the North Sea. Ground attack Tornado variants served more successfully in multiple conflicts. JS-39 Gripen brought Sweden a modern lightweight fighter in the 1,990 seconds. Designed to operate from highways and small bases, it emphasized reliability and low operating costs. Advanced avionics in a small airframe made it popular with smaller air forces. Rafale gave France complete independence with an advanced multi-role fighter. Capable of carrier operations, nuclear strike, air combat, and reconnaissance, one type replaced 7 different aircraft. Sophisticated sensors and weapons make it one of Europe's most capable fighters. The 6th generation introduced stealth technology in the 1,990 seconds and 2000s. The F-22 Raptor became the world's first 5th generation stealth air superiority fighter. Combining stealth, supercruise, and advanced avionics, it remains unmatched in air combat capability. Only 187 were built due to extreme costs exceeding $350 million per aircraft. F-35 Lightning II is replacing most Western fighters with a family of stealthy multi-role aircraft. 3 variants serve the Air Force, Marines, and Navy with shared technology to reduce costs. Despite controversy and delays, over 1,000 have been built, and it's becoming the standard NATO fighter. J-20 gives China its first stealth fighter capability. Large and powerful with long range, it's designed to strike enemy support aircraft and deny access to Chinese airspace. Western intelligence remains uncertain about its true capabilities and limitations. Su-57 is Russia's answer to American stealth fighters. Financial problems limited production to just a few aircraft despite development starting in the 1,990 seconds. Combat testing in Syria showed it works, but Russia can't afford to build many. FC-31 is China's second stealth fighter designed for export and carrier operations. Smaller than the J-20, it resembles the F-35 and may equip future Chinese carriers. China hopes to sell this design to countries that can't access Western stealth technology. The 7th generation is emerging now with artificial intelligence and drone teaming. F/A-XX is the U.S. Navy's planned next-generation carrier fighter. Designed to replace Super Hornets in the 2030 seconds, it will feature advanced stealth and the ability to control unmanned wingmen. Range and persistence will be priorities for fighting in the vast Pacific. NGAD is the Air Force's secret 6th-generation fighter already flying in prototype form. Using digital design and rapid prototyping, it may be produced in small batches with continuous improvements. The Air Force hints it will be optionally manned and control multiple drones. Tempest is Britain's future fighter being developed with Italy, Sweden, and Japan. Planned for the 2030 seconds, it will feature artificial intelligence, directed energy weapons, and swarming drone capability. International collaboration aims to share development costs. FCAS is the Franco-German-Spanish next-generation fighter system. More than just an aircraft, it includes loyal wingman drones and networking systems. Political disagreements between partner nations have slowed development, but work continues. From early pilots using simple tools in open cockpits to advanced aircraft guided by intelligent systems, aviation technology has transformed beyond recognition. Each generation introduced groundbreaking changes that reshaped aerial development.